Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and be welcomed to the 39th episode of The Gist with Josh. God bless Donald J. Trump. God deliver this man. God protect this man. And may we all be protected by the same forces of good that protected Donald Trump last night. What the fuck? Holy shit. So you're telling me we're just gonna, we can expect, people to be shooting at motherfuckers now? They're shooting at the president? They're shooting at people at political rallies in the United States? You got people climbing up on fucking roofs and shooting at people like it's the fucking, like it's the 60s or something? Like they killed the JFK? This is the stuff of, we watch on Netflix, we see in our movies. We got people really, out here trying to kill men like Donald Trump, What are we supposed to, what are we supposed to do now? What are you supposed to do with this information that these people are coming after? They're arranging to have their opponents killed. How is this supposed to, he's got like 1,000 more of these rallies. Like, is he just like, what are they gonna do? Like, they failed this time. Are they gonna try and poison him? Like, what won't they try? They're putting kids on fucking roofs and taking shots. Or maybe it's some random lunatic, or was it the deep state put him up to this? Like, what the fuck? Like, honest to God, what the fuck? It's so crazy, The president of the United States is being shot at, okay? The president of the fucking greatest country on earth, the reason we have anything, the reason we get to enjoy anything, the reason we have any civilization in this fucked up world, is now being shot at with lead, okay? Forget about all the conspiracies, forget about, what might have happened or who did what, or who it might have been. And let's just take a second to fucking fathom what's actually happening. The reality is Donald Trump got shot in the head last night, and it was an inch from blowing his fucking brains out. Like, this guy, how do you think he feels? Imagine, you get up, you're doing a speech, you're carrying yourself along, it's a night like any other, you're going to make America great again, and then all of a sudden you feel something coming at you. It looks like he got bit by a mosquito or some shit. He got shot in the fucking ear. Like, holy shit. You're getting up in front of your country, you're Donald J. Trump, and then you're getting shot at? Like, how does he feel? He falls down on the stage, and then he's getting back up. He's saying, wait. Fight. You need to fight. He's getting fucking shot at on stage with bullets. Like, some kids on a fucking roof shooting at Donald Trump. He's falling down on his knees, and then he's getting up and yelling fight, and he's pumping his fist like a fucking animal. Holy fucking shit. Like, what? What's going on? What the hell is going on down there? They're shooting at presidents. And Buddy gets up after he gets shot in the side of the head. He gets up and then he says, "Fight." This is fucking crazy. Like, this is the stuff out of this is like the stories you'd hear back in the Civil War. This is the stuff of legend. Like, this has got to be history in the making. We're going to be talking about Donald Trump getting shot for who knows, forever. They're going to look back on this like they do 9/11 and every other fucking disaster. I just can't get over it. I just can't believe, I cannot fathom. I wasn't watching it live when I found out. I opened up my phone and I got a message from somebody on Instagram saying Donald Trump got shot. My fucking heart dropped like a ton of bricks. I ran to, where did I go? The first place I went was, I think it was Alex Jones, InfoWars, and it was Twitter. I went on band. I typed band.video into my search browser immediately, as soon as I got the fucking news. And I was just so thankful. I felt so much relief, when I read the fucking headline that he's fine, he's okay. The bullet, he was shot and he's okay. Donald Donald Trump was fucking shot at, but he is okay. Thank God. Thank you, God. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable what it's getting to down there. You know, they're getting all uppity, those Americans. You know, they're getting it. They're getting there. You know, they really don't like each other. You know, they're trying to go after each other's guys now. You know, and they tried to kill fucking Donald Trump, and now they're gonna try and, you know, probably do some other shit. You know, how do we protect this guy? How do we protect our political candidates? How do we protect our leaders? And how do we assure that, you know, this type of crazy violence isn't, you know, jumping out of the fishbowl and, you know, taking a bite out of, you know, our people? You know what I'm saying? How do we put a cap on this shit? You know, I might have, you know, I remember the trucker protests. I remember, you know, getting pretty mad about Justin Trudeau, you know, saying, oh, you know, this guy's a piece of shit. We should drag him onto the front lawn of Parliament and, you know, do a little, I don't know, the mob justice on this guy. And now, you know, look at they're slinging rocks at my boy, you know. So maybe, you know, maybe I'm, you know, part of the problem. People like me, you know, these people that, you know, run society, they form government. They make these rules, you know, they tell us how to live our lives. You know, we get bent out of shape, and then we want to fucking kill them. And we're trying to do it, but now we can't have any type of order. We can't have any type of society or civilization if people are, you know, getting impatient with each other, and they're just going to, you know, shut each other up the old-fashioned way, you know? We can't operate like this. This isn't organized. You know, this isn't conducive to a society, you know, of civilized, you know, good-natured people. You know? And apparently this shooter or whatever, he's some 20-year-old kid, you know, some shit kid, 20-year-old. He was fucking 16 when Biden got elected. 20-year-old kid. What's his name again? Something Cook. Matthew Crooks. He's a registered Republican. And, you know, he was probably 16 when Biden got elected in the 2020 election. And it's actually on the news. You can see that this kid who was shooting at Donald Trump, that is now dead because he got fucking killed for trying his shit. You can see that he was actually a Democrat donator to Act Blue. And he made that donation on Biden's inauguration day. So when this kid, Matthew Crooks, was like 16 years old, he was all like, Biden inauguration, you know, let's donate money to him. And then he gets to be 20 years old. Trump's going around giving his speeches for his re-election, and then he tries to fucking kill him, you know. But you know, he's a registered Republican, you know. So do what you will with that. But then apparently his family's coming on to this news. His father's, you know, talking to, you know, the news people, and he's saying he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And his family, the mother and father, are both registered Democrats. So do with that what you will. You know, this kid, his family was registered Democrats. You know, in the 2016 election, he made a donation to Biden on his inauguration day. And then in 2020, when Biden and Trump were going toe-to-toe at one of Trump's fucking rallies yesterday, he decided he was going to take a shot at him, try and kill the fucking Trump. You know what I mean? And then, you know, people get to looking at it and they find out this kid's a registered Republican, but both of his parents are registered Democrats. And then the fact that he made a donation to Biden in 2016, this kid's not really a Republican. I think he registered himself as a Republican before he committed whatever this was, so that he would look like, you know, one of Trump's guys, like a right winger or something. Like a right winger was trying to kill Trump. That's what he was trying to look like. He was a registered Democrat or Republican, but yet he made a donation to the Democrats when Biden got elected, but now all of a sudden when he's of legal age to actually vote, he's a registered Republican. You know, he just switched sides and then tries to kill the fucking presidential nominee. So then, you know, the left is going to say, oh, well, he was one of those right wingers that thinks Trump's not doing enough. You know, he was one of those groypers that thought that Trump wasn't the man and we needed a stronger man than Trump, you know. So that's why he's registered as a Republican. I mean, he's a Republican trying to assassinate the Republican nominee, Donald Trump. So fair to assume that, he thinks that Trump isn't being Republican enough, right? Wrong. Fucking bullshit. This kid, both of his parents are Democrats, and then he fucking made a donation to the political campaign in 2016. Anybody with any sense or mind that likes Donald Trump's not gonna fucking go and try and kill Donald Trump, okay? And he doesn't exactly seem like, he doesn't come from one of these, a groiper, a far right nationalist Nazi. He's not gonna make a donation to Biden on his inauguration day, okay? Somebody that hates Biden, that hates fucking left-wing politics, that hates, feminism, that hates, all this liberalism, isn't going to make a donation to Trump on their inauguration day when they're 16 years old. Not even as a joke. That's not even like a funny little inside joke. Like, oh, I made a donation to to Biden. Everyone hates Biden. No, it's not. He was a legitimate Democrat supporter, some kid that hated Donald Trump, that didn't like that his team was losing, that didn't like that the country was going away from being all, stripes and rainbows and probably sleepy Biden. He didn't like that the deep state was losing. He's probably one of these fucking shit kids, one of these kids on fucking Discord that sit inside all day, mouth breathing, okay, playing fucking Elden Ring for 12 hours straight. It's probably that didn't like that the world wasn't going his way. Didn't like that things weren't, moving in his liberal, direction, that, his idea of the world wasn't right. So he was going to take matters into his own fucking hands. That's the way I see it. I don't think that this was a legit, I don't think it was an inside job. I don't think it was staged. I think some kid who was eating a lot of the crap the liberals are putting out, saying that, Trump is a fascist, Trump is Hitler, Trump is worse than Hitler, Trump's going to take away everything free in the world and make the world a demonic place. He was eating all this crap, and then he decided he was going to take matters into his own hands. Kind of like a lot of us, on the right, joke about doing with, other people, on the left, like Justin Trudeau, these crazy, we got guys that we fucking hate, And then, someone actually went out and fucking killed a political candidate. That's not the move. It's definitely not the move. Like we're gonna let things devolve. We're gonna let things get worse. We're gonna let our peace and our civility dissolve into absolute chaos for nothing because people that we don't like are giving speeches saying things that we don't like. Just because you don't like what somebody has to say doesn't mean you get to fucking, put your hands on. Doesn't mean you get to try and you're allowed to not like, you're allowed to despise. You're allowed to hate somebody else's idea. All right. But you're not allowed to go out and attack them as a person or try and demean them. And what's more, if you're a good Christian, you're not allowed to hate people. You're not allowed to hate anybody. You shouldn't hate anybody, period. You shouldn't despise anybody. You shouldn't be holding vitriol. You shouldn't be harboring this heavy hatred in your heart. You know what I mean? There's no need for it. They fucking took a shot at Donald Trump. They're shooting at Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. I love him so much. I love Donald Trump with a passion. If they killed Donald Trump, I would have been extremely upset. I would have been very sad. I would have been miserable. I would have been fucking defeated. I would have felt so terrible. And you know what? I think that's what the people, who are celebrating or lack of celebrating, they're angry. Some people are angry that he didn't get fucking hit. I think that's what, these people that want Trump dead, they don't want us. They don't want us. They don't want us to have what we love. They don't like that we are attracted to these ideas of liberty and freedom. They don't like that we are independent. They don't like that we're strong, that we want to be men, that we want to make ourselves logical. They don't like that we hold close to the truth and that sometimes we're wrong and willing to be wrong, or we're willing to go out on a limb to take a chance to be right about something because we care about the Holy Spirit, because we care about mankind. They hate that because they hate that we won't just go along with their little fucking political team, that we won't just say whatever they're saying, that we won't just become their little fucking teammate in red versus blue, you know what I mean? And we won't start killing each other. And maybe that's what these companies, maybe that's what all these corporations that don't give a fuck about anybody, maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want people to go and maybe like, oh, Trump got shot by, a Democrat. So now, somebody should go after Biden now. And it's going to be like tit for tat. They want us to fight probably. They probably want to sell guns to both sides of the American Civil War like they do with every other fucking country. So just think about that when you start to feel like you're gonna go and bludgeon your brother, you're gonna take out this fucking guy, this liberal you don't like, or you're gonna go to war or some shit over these ideas. Think about buying both sides buying guns off these fucking corporatists. Okay, think about both sides sucking off the same motherfucker, getting rich off both of you idiots. Okay, well you're sitting there getting shot at and losing everybody you love, and everyone's dying. Okay. This is a fucking joke. This is childish. It's beyond childish. It's autistic. It's retarded. It's so silly. It's so foolish. The level of maturity being displayed, it's pathetic. It is seriously pathetic. Like, if we're going to act like this, we don't deserve to have a civilized country that has nice things, okay? We don't deserve it. We don't deserve to have perfectly made ceramic mugs from China with instant coffee. We don't deserve microphones that can broadcast out to, all the people we want to broadcast to, or beautiful technology, or lovely living accommodations. Maybe we should live outside like fucking animals and eat fucking fruit from the dirt like fucking animals do. If that's how we're gonna act, if we're gonna act like animals, then maybe we should just go live outside like fucking animals. And maybe that's why everything's kind of going to shit. Everyone's losing their cool, they're losing their patience, they're becoming violent, they won't take a deep breath, and God's just like, all right, you want to be tested? You want to learn the hard way? We can learn the hard way. You want to attack people? You want to hate people? You want to lash out? You want to go nuts? You want to lose your cool? Fine, fuck it. Go live outside like fucking animals. God knows we can't afford houses here in Canada, but maybe we deserve it. Maybe we're more animalistic than we are humanistic, okay? So maybe we belong outdoors more than we belong indoors. Yeah, I just don't even know where to put this. I don't even know what to do with these feelings. I just think it's so fucking unhinged what happened. I think it's so amazing and mind-blowing. Amazing and mind-blowing that some 20-year-old kid who donated to Biden, who cares? Forget about that. Some 20-year-old kid climbed up onto a roof and started shooting at Donald Trump's head. That blows my fucking mind. Every day I see some level of stupidity, I see some fucked up shit, and it just blows my fucking mind. But that takes the cake, that really takes the cake. Some kid. Some kid who just doesn't know any better, doesn't know nothing, who just hates, is full of hatred, is going to climb up on a fucking roof and start shooting at Donald Trump. Well, he's trying to give, people the good message of America. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking despicable. Everyone's at each other's goddamn throats. Yeah. It's no better here in Canada. I don't know if I ever have on the Just with Josh. I don't know if I've ever, I don't think I've ever incited violence. I don't think I've ever, said anything like we need to do something about so-and-so, or I don't think I've ever incited violence. I'm pretty sure. And if I have, then there's an off chance I have. Go back through my catalog of videos, and you might find something, from a year ago, like when I was all angry about, the vaccines and the masks, and how our society was being taken over by globalists, and how all of our freedoms were being erased, and they were going to make us permanent slaves. I wanted to, by any means necessary, I felt that, I had that by any means necessary kind of energy, and dang, imagine if something like that did happen. Imagine if somebody on the right actually did, try to do something to, somebody on the left, their political candidates, like the prime minister or the president. Imagine how bad that would be. Imagine what a fucking mess that would create. You you think like, oh, that big bad man you don't agree with, oh, if he gets assassinated, that if he gets killed, then my team is going to win. Everything is going to go our way. Everything's going to start happening the way we want it to happen. Yeah, fat fucking chance. What are the odds of everything devolving into absolute violent chaos and so many rocks and sticks being thrown both ways? You can't really make out who's getting killed and who's not getting killed and who's winning or who's losing. Like, what if that happens? What if an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind? Okay, a tooth for a tooth makes the whole world toothless. Maybe that's how it has to be. Maybe that's how we have to fucking learn. We gotta nuke ourselves. We gotta blow ourselves up back into the fucking Stone Age, so that we can understand that. It's just unbelievable. We gotta calm down. We need to listen to cooler heads. The cooler heads must prevail, whatever the fuck that means. We need smart people that love God, that love humanity, that love people, that are calm, that are happy. We need them to take the wheel. We need them to guide us, whatever that looks like, because it's not getting any better. You got people that are just killing each other. You can't even ride the subway or the train or walk outside without, being worried that some lunatic that's just had enough, that his last straw broke. You don't know nowadays, Here in Toronto, a father of 7, just the other weekend was stabbed on the TTC. And on last week's episode of the Just with Josh, I actually discussed there was three different stories of stabbings that are all separate from this stabbing. So this is a fresh new stabbing. A father of 7, he has 7 fucking kids and a wife, and he got stabbed by some bum on the fucking TTC, the Toronto Transit. Like, you know what I mean? I went to pick up some liquor because, I needed to numb my fucking brain with all this shit going on. Just escape for a couple minutes, a little bit. I thought I'd go to the liquor store, the LCBO, the liquor, store of Toronto, the Crown Corporation that's owned by the government. That's how here in Ontario, where Toronto is, this is how people get their liquor. It's dispensed by the LCBO. It's a government, liquor storefront. And they've been on strike for the past week. And I had to go to a beer store, which is like, it's a private retailer of alcohol. So now everyone who was purchasing alcohol from the government retailer is now purchasing it from private retailers. But the government is actually turning on their own retailers' employees because they went on strike and they don't want to pay them these increased wages. They don't want to listen to their angry protest. So they're just like, all right, fuck our own, our own corporation. Fuck the LCBO, says the Ford government. People can just go get their alcohol from private stores. They can just go get them from convenience stores because they're going to start selling alcohol in convenience stores here in Ontario. They can just go get their alcohol from the beer store. So, all the LCBOs are shut down because, all their employees are on strike. If you want to go get a beer, you got to go to the, one of these other private stores, and they're just packed, man. Everyone's trying to get their liquor. They're all talking about Donald Trump getting shot, and, there's like a massive lineup. It's like a Soviet bread line just to get a couple cans of beer, and they're talking about presidents getting shot at, and it's starting to feel like a bit fucking. It's starting to feel a little Soviet. It's starting to feel a little fucking. The wheels are starting to come loose, like little screw here, little screw there. It's like a little part of society that was working functional before is now no longer so. It's just a bit by bit, inch by inch, like everything's kind of just starting to disintegrate. It's these right-wing extremists. We need to. It's the right wing. It's the left wing. It's these woke. It's the woke. It's the woke mob. They don't want you. They don't want us to have any freedom. They don't want you to. They want you to wear blue hair and nose rings. Or it's the far right, the fanatical extremist right, the fucking fascists. They want you to not ever be gay again, and if they catch you, they're gonna kill you, And now we can't have fucking beer. We gotta wait in fucking Soviet breadlines for beer, and Donald Trump's getting shot at. Like, holy fuck. How does it gotten to this point? I remember back in 2016 when fucking Trump was, grabbing him by the pussy. It was the worst thing they had on him. That was the big deal. It was like, oh my God, a secret recording has been brought to the press, and it has been found out. It's Trump saying grab models by the pussy. He's like he runs the Miss USA pageant, and then he goes into the pageant rooms and he's touching and molesting the woman in the pageant rooms. Like I remember when that was the biggest concern. Like, grab him by the pussy. It was kind of fucking awesome. It was just like whatever. And now it's gotten to this point. It's slowly been built up. Like, Trump was like some guy from TV, that was, getting on to replace Obama. You know what I mean? We had Obama talking like this, and like how we gotta nuke Muslim countries as much as possible because I have so many missiles and I love shooting them. And it's slowly, and it's gotten to this point. It's gotten to this point where now it's like this orange guy who nobody liked, because he was grabbing him by the pussy, who we are now shooting in the head because, we think he's going to become a fascist dictator. Like, how have we gotten from here to there? I just feel like we need to wind it back. We need to wind it back a little bit. Okay? Maybe we need to read. Maybe we all need to read a little bit more before we start killing each other for our beliefs. Maybe we should hit the books a little bit. I remember before I had a test, I used to study. I used to study. If I was going to have a science test, I would go study science. Like, I would open a science textbook and I would read the subject matter, and then I would be able to pass that test. Like, I would have, some business with this test. But a lot of these lunatics that are joking about Trump getting shot at, or saying, it's a shame he missed, or that are, saying, it's staged, these people, they don't even open fucking books. They just want to be a part of the conversation. They just want to fucking send their opinion out into the ether, and it's usually like a horrible opinion that if we were to take seriously, we would have to go on a holy war and kill millions of people just to come to some sort of conclusion. And these are the opinions that people are just like, I think that we should kill gay people. I think that we should ban abortion. I think we need to nuke Russia. I think we need to exterminate every single Muslim. We need to bomb Israel. Like, what the fuck? Maybe we just need to sit on our hands. We need to sit on our hands. We need to read the Bible. Myself, included. This is gonna quickly. The Just with Josh might turn into a Bible fucking study. It might turn into a weekly Bible study at this point, because I don't know what's right or wrong, and I'm tired of slipping into chaos and madness. And I like civilization. I like having nice things. I like it when I can go buy food with money, currency printed by a federal entity. I like that. I think it adds a convenience. I think it adds a bit of a panache, a bit of a flair to life. When life, when you have a capitalist system that makes it easier to withdraw resources and to make investments in your own livelihood. I think that's kind of nice. But some of these people are complacent and happy with total anarchy. They're totally fine with settling for total anarchy. And these guys, they don't even care about their own lives, but they're going to make the decision for me and you. These people who are apathetic as hell, they don't give a shit. These people that don't give enough of a fuck to not be a fucking Nazi or not be a fucking Stalin communist, okay, that aren't speaking rationally, okay, they don't give enough of a fuck about their own lives, but yet they're going to make the decision for me and you to throw ours away. Yeah, fucking right. That fucking kid, that kid that looks like that kid that shot Trump or whatever, he looks like a weak specimen. He looked like he never fucking lifted a weight in his life, and I'd hate to see, maybe he's, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's like a very eloquent thinker and writer, and he has a manifesto that's gonna come out or some shit. I doubt it. I fucking doubt it. He looks like a little fucking rat. He looks like a fucking weasel, and these weasels that have been coming out of the fucking woodwork. These weasels who love following, Nick Fuentes, who love following, this idea of nationalistic pride, that we're going to put our country first, which sounds nice on one hand, but then this, which sounds nice. I just noticed my fucking camera's like wobbling, and I'm gonna be a little pissed if it's been doing that this entire fucking episode. But we can't let these kids make these fucking. We can't let these people that claim to put America first, that claim that Jesus is their savior, but claim that we also need to get rid of, people, or claim we need to like push people out of society, or that want to, blame one group of people for all of our problems, like these people are doing with the Jews, like Nick Fuentes and his supporters are saying, And I really think where a lot of this rhetoric is starting to come from is this justification of violence, this demonization of the other. Like, we're definitely having our freedom stripped. Don't get me wrong. We are definitely having, what happened during the pandemic with the government telling everybody they had to wear masks or they had to take the vaccine and people losing their job. Freedom was on the line. People were at stake. People did lose their jobs. The Freedom Convoy was a necessary protest. We had to stand up for ourselves. But these people that claim that the Jews in high places, and they believe in this formal conspiracy of every single Jew is in on it, and all the Jews are working together as peers to like put us down, and how if only white people could work together and like help each other like the Jews do, then we would be on the same level as the Jews, and we just gotta work together to get rid of them so that we can build a perfect white Christian country. It's just fucking crazy, man. It's just actually fucking crazy. Like, it's the symptom of frustration and impatience just reaching its worst point and just getting to a really bad stage, like just being left to fester. That anger and impatience just being left to fester. That's how you get these Nazis. I mean, I get it. Okay, I'm a right winger. I loved Trump. I loved owning the libs. I loved it when Ben Shapiro fucking destroyed the libs. And now those same right wingers are turning on Ben Shapiro because he's a Jew and he's speaking for Israel and he only cares about what Israel says, and Jordan Peterson works for him, and everybody is being paid off by the fucking Jews. I listen. I was one of these guys. I was one of these right wingers, but I get off the fucking train when people start targeting based on, and this sounds liberal as fuck. Like, I literally sound like a woke, blue-haired fucking nose ring liberal right now. But I get off the train when we start hating people because of their creed or class or because whatever group, they're a part of. You know what I mean? The Jewish people, like, this is a religious lineage. Like, this is a culture that has been passed down for thousands of years. This isn't some evil cabal of narcissistic psychopaths where they're all on the same page and they're all working together to fucking make us their slaves. That's fucking crazy. That's actually fucking insane. That's almost as crazy as the fucking, liberals that are saying that Trump staged his own assassination. That's fucking crazy. Like, this is just not close to reality. Like, you don't see people acting like that. The speculation has become, like, people are taking it way too seriously, and now they're starting to take the speculation as gospel. They're starting to say, oh, well, the Jews, they're speculating that the Jews have taken everything over. These Nick Fuentes supporters, these, I'm trying to think, these Shiva, a lot of them are pagans. A lot of them say Christ is king, but yet they're like into like old Aryan symbology and like Eastern Indian symbology of paganism, and the Shiva the Destroyer. There are like a lot of these pagan, Christ worshipping, so-called fucking Americans, and you know, I don't even know what to call them at this point. Whatever monster this thing is, you know, they call themselves, you know, Christians, but they worship Shiva the Destroyer. They're a lot of these people are obsessed with pagan imagery. They follow like almost to it's a hypocritical. You know, these people, these American first, you know, Nick Fuentes, Jew hating, you know, right wingers. You know, it's just, you know, they say Christ is king, but yet they talk about killing, you know, people. They talk about, you know, rising up and exterminating, you know, the Jew because they've, you know, put us in this position. They're speaking from such a position of inferiority, and I find it incredibly hypocritical and ironic. And then, to top it off, they're saying Christ is king, but they're worshiping Eastern symbology. They're worshiping, you know, people like or ideologues like Shiva the Destroyer, or like pagan symbols of destruction. Like, these people are worshiping chaos. That whether they know it or not, you know, whether they're whether they're aware of their hypocrisy, they are worshiping destruction and chaos, and they believe that it's the necessary evil to wipe the slate clean. And I'm way more afraid of those guys than I was ever afraid of the liberals, or I was afraid of, you know, the put on your mask and fucking listen to what we say for your own good crowd. I'm way more afraid of the Shiva the Destroyer, Jew-hating, Aryan, fucking pagan Christ is King clones. I'm way more scared of those guys than I am the left at this point. And you know, who's to say one of those guys aren't going to start, you know, now that we got kids running around taking shots at people, who's to say, you know, one of these, because it's a lot of fucking kids, man. It's a lot of kids on the internet. Who's to say, like, we're not going to get another 20-year-old that tries to pull something on somebody else? And like I said, like, how bad would that fucking look? How bad would that look for truth? For reason? How bad would that be for truth and reason? If we're snuffing out the voices of people, if somebody's evil, if somebody's speaking something you don't like, you better let them keep on talking. If somebody is going against your beliefs and you truly think that they're in the midst of committing great evil, then you let them keep running their mouths. You let them keep on going. Okay, you don't stop them because you're depriving yourself of the opportunity to reveal true evil when the time comes, okay? You're going to preempt something that hasn't been done out of fear, and you're going to completely take away the opportunity to show everybody, to pull the mask off what a real monster looks like, and so that people can be aware, and so that people can make decisions moving forward. We need to let these people that we disagree with speak. We need to listen to them. We need to listen to the people we disagree with intensely. We need to take in what they're saying and understand it and try and process it without getting angry and frustrated and lashing out, because that's a very childish and very immature way of reacting to somebody who has deeply different beliefs than you. If you want to, you know, get even, then get even. Go and become more successful, become a better businessman, become more influential than they are. Show them why your ideas are better, but don't go ahead and fucking take their lunch money or beat them up, or, you know, start shooting at them on top of a building because you disagree with what they have to say. Because you know what's going to happen? Even if you were successful in your fucking nefarious attempt, okay? Even if you were successful, everybody's going to see. Everybody who would have seen that person for what they were, or maybe not have, is just instead going to see what the person you are, what a monster you were, what a monster you became in the midst of, you know, tribulation. They're not gonna pay attention to anything that person did. So even if that person was evil, and you're not just some crazy fucking narcissistic psychopath that wants to kill people, they're not going to see that because you fucking didn't give them a chance to show themselves, because you snuffed out the truth, because you wanted to give in to violence. And with that, I'd like to move on to the certain satanic rituals that are happening. These statue of Shiva is actually also an ornament, at the CERN Hadron Collider in Switzerland. I know this is a bit of a jarring topic switch. We're going from talking about the attempted assassination of Donald Trump to talking about the CERN Hadron Super Collider and how they got like a Shiva worshipping idol statue in front of it, and how they're performing like pagan dances and rituals at the grand opening of this new tunnel for the CERN Hadron Collider. I don't know, I just think that's interesting. You know, we got all these demons, you know, enveloping society, you know, swirling around like the fucking Dementors from Harry Potter, you know, shooting at our candidates, making our kids retarded, you know, making it hard just to live life in general. I thought it might be worth pointing out that at CERN with the fucking Hadron Collider, you know, they got the fucking Shiva the Destroyer dancing around doing her dance of destruction, the statue, in front of the CERN building. And they're also performing like pagan rituals to like, you know, gods of destruction on top of the, you know, above the ground of the tunnel that they just constructed that they're going to smash these particles together in. You know, I just find it a little weird. Like, what if CERN is the gateway to hell? You know, what if they do have a portal to fucking hell? You know what I mean? They're slamming fucking particles together. What if that's the reason fucking, you know, Donald Trump's getting shot at? Because they got fucking CERNs over there smashing particles together too hard. You know, making, you know, weird bosons and whatnot. That's the last thing we fucking need. You know? God's getting mad at us. We got Shiva. We're all like, we got a bunch of people down here on Earth dancing around like they're Shiva the Destroyer, smashing fucking particles together. God's getting angry. Okay? We all need to stop with this shit. We all need to stop going against God. We all need to stop trying to be fancy with our fucking particle smashing and our fucking political candidate choices. And we just got to say, God, I love you. You know, I submit. You know, Jesus knows the way. He's your son. If I have anything, I will come to you through him. And we need to put the rest of it to bed, because it's not we're getting out of place. We're stepping out of our place, and we're getting involved in shit we shouldn't be, and we're going to fuck up a good thing. Okay? So think about that. All right? Think about that, humans. Fellow humans on this fucking rock. You guys are going to fuck up a good thing. All right? We don't need to do anything, okay? If you're listening to this and you made it this far in the episode, let it be known, you don't need to do anything, okay? Relax. Have a sip of coffee. Sit down. Take a fucking deep breath. Go outside. Go for a fucking walk. Relax. And keep that going. And keep on doing it. And keep rewinding and doing the relaxing again. And just keep it on repeat and just keep doing it. There's nothing else that needs to be said or done. There's nothing I can contribute beyond my thoughts and words at this point. You know, I'm just going to play some video games. You know, I'm probably going to play some Bannerlord. You know, I might try and conquer a couple, you know, towns for my kingdom. And Mountain Blade Bannerlord as I listen to InfoWars and drum and bass music. You know, keep an eye on, you know, I like to watch InfoWars, keep an eye on what's going on in the world. You know, making sure that, you know, they're not going to start coming to our houses door to door and locking us up like we're fucking animals. Like the animals we are, okay? Like the animals we are. Like we almost deserve it, right? We almost deserve to be forced to wear masks, to be forced to take fucking death vaccines. We're almost so animalistic and insane and diseased in the spirit and like our attitudes that like the culling, if the left wanted to secretly cull everybody, if the Jews actually did want to secretly cull everybody, like all the stupid goyim, and just you know, move forward with like a, you know, us all being slaves, like it's almost justified because we're that fucking unhinged as a people. We have such lack of class, such a lack of respect, such a lack of dignity. It would almost make sense. It would almost, I'm not saying it would, of course it wouldn't, but I'm just saying it like almost makes sense for like the Jews to totally enslave us at this point with the way we're fucking acting. So I don't know, maybe we should all smarten the fuck up. if we like freedom, if we like nice things, like I say this a million times, if we like nice things, maybe we should smarten up. Think about that. If you like nice things, and I love nice things, I'm a big nice things guy. All my things are nice, then maybe we should smarten the fuck up. Just read the Bible. You want to hate the Jews? Read the Talmud. Figure it out. Do the research. If you're going to, do a whole fucking project and kill the Jews, at least go and do some research first, okay? Fucking idiots. Fucking bums. Fucking bum-ass retards listening to this shit. I'm just kidding. We're cool. The Just with Josh, we're based. We're a voice of reason in a beacon, or we're a beacon of knowledge in a sea of ignorance. We're like a beacon of autism in a sea of fucking retardation. Is what we are. I don't know why people like a lot more people watch this than I would expect. I have low confidence. Like, I know I'm good at talking. I know I can speak a million words a minute. But sometimes I question the validity of the things I say. And I appreciate the viewership. Actually, I don't. If it was completely worthless what I'm saying, just don't watch it. And I'll talk to myself until I get the fucking idea. But I feel like one more voice of reason, attempted voice of reason, isn't such a bad thing. And I kind of enjoy doing this. I have fun doing this. I miss doing the Just with Josh. How else am I supposed to get all this shit off my chest? Everybody should have their own podcast. We need to create a podcast-based economy. We were there. We almost had it. Joe Rogan, and everybody were moving forward. Everyone had a podcast. The world was good up until 2019, and then 2020, and then it all went to shit. Everyone was going to have a podcast. Everyone was going to, play video games and get high and talk into mics with their friends. And that was going to be life. And then somewhere along the line, we fucked it up. All right. Getting angry at each other, making each other want to do gay shit, killing each other, fucking getting mad about dumb shit that we really don't even know about, not reading the Bible, fucking, maybe we played too many video games, I don't know. But I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Is Trump going to get elected? Is he going to be allowed? Are we going to have a civil war? Is a society as we know going to fall apart? Is it going to, something beautiful and brilliant going to happen, and some new technology or something, a new idea? It's going to bring us all together and create opulence again? Who knows? Who fucking knows? Anyone that says they know, probably is fucking lying. They're probably like Nick Fuentes, one of these groypers that want you to join the Nazi movement to kill every white person that's not white. So just watch out for that. Just watch out for that. Don't listen to these far right wing Nazis. Are just as bad as the blue haired fucking septum piercing fucking feminists. They're just as bad. They're just as bad, if not worse. I don't know. Let me see how long have we been going on this thing. Yeah, holy shit. I guess I've been going for like 50 minutes. This has been a pretty long, pretty intense, I feel like, episode of the Just with Josh. I just kind of need to get all of this shit off my chest. The fact that, they're just shooting at Donald Trump just blows my fucking mind. These crazy motherfuckers. Don't listen to anybody. Do your own thing, okay? Just ignore everybody and listen to yourself. Because if somebody's trying to get you to join their cause, if they want you to become a Nazi or a fucking communist, just ignore everybody right now. Because everyone's getting radicalized or, doing some crazy shit. They're going to pick side in this fucking war. Just ignore everybody, okay? Sit on your hands. Go get a fucking coffee. Smoke a joint. Fucking have a beer. Fucking pay attention. Listen to them, but just ignore them. And just be mindful of what's going on, but just ignore everybody. Don't listen to them. They're saying, oh, Donald Trump got shot. It was probably staged. Just ignore them. Like, oh, Donald Trump got shot. It's a shame it didn't blow his head off. Ignore them. Oh, we need to act now. We need to fight. We need to start this. Just ignore. Just ignore. Just wait. Just let things be at peace. Don't listen to any of these people telling you to sell now. All right? Because you're gonna lose the whole fucking farm. Okay, on this bet. Okay, just sit on your fucking hands and calm down. Because most people are about to do something. A lot of people are about to be made out to be pretty big fools. If not the majority of people are about to be very wrong, myself included. So before we do anything rash, before we do anything we regret, let's just ignore everyone and chill the fuck out. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Just with Josh. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you and your family. Lord God, please protect us, protect all of my listeners, protect the minds, protect their sanity, show them the truth, deliver them from this evil, allow them to not be inundated with confusion so that they become angry and frustrated and ask for unreasonable things of this world. Please, God, deliver them to a state of peace where they can feel peace and love and they can be together with others and not fight. Okay? Bring your people together, Lord. Bring us away from this violence, okay? Bring us peace. Bring us freedom. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, in Jesus' name, amen. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Just with Josh, signing off. Have a beautiful night. Enjoy.